Undoubtedly, one of China's biggest draws is the amazing and varied food that it has to offer. But if you're here for a little while, you might find yourself craving the comforts of home, and many people are worried that they'll miss out on some of their favourite food. In this episode, I'm going to show you some of the various options that you can expect when you move to China. This is Life in China Western Food. When I first arrived in China, I dived straight into sightseeing. But what shocked me was just how many Western burger chains there were surrounding historic sites. This seems to be the case all over China. In Nanjing, there was a McDonald's in the middle of Xuanwu Lake. On the Great Wall, there's a Subway. It just goes to show that China is no different when it comes to fast food chains. I'm standing outside the Lama Temple, which is one of Beijing's most famous temples, and opposite, there's a Costa Coffee and a KFC. This isn't KFC as you know it. Hoisin wraps, sweet and sour chicken and rice give it a distinctly oriental flavour. Also, don't expect to get French fries with your meal, you get egg tarts here. I'm not a big fan of fast food chains, but at least you know what you're getting, with a few variations of course. Prices for set meals are also pretty reasonable, especially at Burger King. For me, breaded products have always been a staple in my diet, and I'd often start the day with a slice of toast. Whilst you can find some amazing products here in China, some Western-style bakeries can often have hidden traps, such as bread stuffed with sweet cheese and covered in meat floss. It's like Russian roulette when it comes to finding the savoury breaded product. Smells savoury. Oh, it smells definitely sweet. Sweet. Why? Much better than before. Why don't you have one time? In fact, if you fancy something wheaty, then your best bet is to head to a local bakery, where for mere pennies you can find flatbreads, buns and other glutinous delights. Beijing's hutongs are probably the last place you'd expect to find some hearty Western fare, but if you spend long enough meandering down these tight streets, then you come across some unexpected sights. Hidden behind this wall is one of Beijing's true hidden gems, Nina's. Run by an Italian native, it's its authentic pasta, nibbles and Negronis. It's one of my favourite places to come in Beijing. After a heavy week at work, you might fancy something a little less refined, such as a stacked burger washed down with a craft beer. China's beer and burger scene is exploding thanks to pubs like this, which brew their own beer and place emphasis on hearty food that satisfies both Western expats and Chinese locals. Eating out all the time can get a little expensive, but don't worry, you don't have to rely on pubs and restaurants to get your foodie fix. This is Metro, a large cash and carry style chain that you can find in a lot of cities in China. It's crammed full of ingredients, so if you love to cook, this is the place for you. Come here every so often to stock up on sauces, spices and snacks. One problem that you may encounter is that a lot of apartments don't actually have an oven, but don't worry, you can purchase something like this for relatively cheap, and it means that you can cook roast dinners, pizzas, cakes, whatever you fancy. If you can't be bothered to cook or you don't fancy venturing out, then I recommend using the app Sherpa. You can use it on your phone or on your computer to order yourself a tasty takeaway. They have an array of different restaurants, so you'll find something to satisfy your culinary desires. Don't get me wrong, some things are more difficult to find here in China than others, but if you look in the right places, you'll be able to get nearly everything you can need. Obviously, I live in Beijing, so it's a lot easier to find Western food and restaurants, but nearly every city in China, you'll be able to find something to cater for your needs. And if not, then what better excuse to travel than for food? Leave me a comment below to let me know your favourite Western haunt, and I'll see if I can give it a try. Thanks for watching another episode of Life in China. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I've got loads of exciting content on the way. I'll see you next time.